Climate change is one of the biggest challenges of our time, and everyone around the world is experiencing it. As ClimateLaunchpad, we can do something about it.
We are the world's largest green business ideas competition. We give teams with green ideas a stage and an opportunity to grow into sustainable companies.
What is truly unique about ClimateLaunchpad is the fact that it's an idea competition.
ClimateLaunchpad helps you understand your business in a very fast and precise way.
Join and train in your own country and compete online, globally.
We're thinking global and we're acting local.
Well, I think what's really special is connecting the policies with the practicalities. And it's bringing partnerships into the game and it's raising awareness.
So just go there and do it. Do it.
Hi there. Welcome, everyone. I'm Huyền from the Center for Creativity and Sustainability. And as the national lead for ClimateLaunchpad Vietnam, it is my pleasure to be your host for the today event of the final program for Africa and Asia Pacific final of the ClimateLaunchpad competition. We are here at Color Studio in Vietnam, and we are bringing you this exciting event in collaborating with EIT Climate-KIC and Irish Aid. Let's celebrate the journey of our green entrepreneurs who have not only developed the innovations, but also secure the funding and the customers along the way. This year, we are having the 11th year of ClimateLaunchpad, starting in 2014 with 10 countries as part of the entrepreneurship offerings of EIT Climate-KIC. Our global competition has now spread to 50 participating countries. And on last Tuesday, 6 impact startups qualified for this final event. Today, the story will be broadcasted to you, followed by a live Q&A session with our esteemed jury and these green pioneers. Stay tuned as we will learn, enjoy, and be challenged by our finalists and our guests, whom I will introduce to you very shortly. But for now, let's take a moment and learn more about ClimateLaunchpad journey so far. I would like to welcome on stage Mr. Israel Griol, one of our ClimateLaunchpad trainers and expert in the field. Great that you can support me today during this exciting event, Israel.
Hello, good morning. It's my pleasure to be here with you and with all of you.
Yes, thank you so very much, Israel. Could you please introduce a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Israel Griol. I live in Valencia in Spain, and I have been a trainer for ClimateLaunchpad for the last 10 years. Also, my daily job is to work in the Polytechnical University of Valencia, where I participate as a business mentor, and I manage the incubator that we have for our startups.
Wow, amazing to hear. So now you have been with ClimateLaunchpad for almost 10 years. What do you believe makes ClimateLaunchpad stand out?
So the first thing that I need to say is that I love ClimateLaunchpad. It's a great program, yeah, and I can say that it's the most charming program in which I have participated. And what I can say is that it's amazing to see how entrepreneurs from many different countries, they are doing what they really want to do, what they are really passionate about, that they are fighting for their own dreams, but at the same time, it's like they are fighting together with many different approaches to tackle this global problem that is climate change.
Wow. Okay, so togetherness is an aspect in ClimateLaunchpad that you really like about, right? And then over 1,100 signed up for the program's journey. And what's the secret to success? What do you think?
Well, the first of all is that it's really easy to work with entrepreneurs that are so highly motivated about what they do. Yeah, but also they generate this big impact because numbers show that entrepreneurship to undertake their own businesses is the most effective and fastest way to generate an impact. So that's the reason why you're generating this great impact. Also, it is because you can participate in this program even when you only have an idea that is written in a napkin. But the program is not a business idea competition. We help you, we guide you with excellent materials, with trainings. So at the end, you generate something that is amazing. Yeah. So you can start being an idea, but with all the validation, all the training, at the end, you will have something that is amazing.
Ah, yes. So it's not about the result itself, but also the journey along the way, where we also support the green startups, turn their ideas into a sustainable business, isn't it? Amazing. Thank you so very much. And then what has been noticed in this 24th edition? What were the trends and developments to your opinion?
So in my experience, what I could say is that at the beginning, a few years ago, you could see like a gap between the ideas in some countries and other countries. But right now, that gap is not there anymore. You can see excellent ideas in every country, and that's amazing. About trends, what I can tell you is that we have seen many ideas in the region about sustainable fashion, about rethinking production methods, extending the lifespan of garments, or transforming discarded clothes into something new. And that's amazing because fashion is one of the sectors that it's more polluting. And also we have seen a lot of startups in sustainable living, in particular focusing on education and awareness. And that means that there is a huge market and a lot of people that are really concerned about their personal carbon footprint, and they're trying to do something to fix that. So amazing. And of course, all the ideas that have participated are needed for the world.
Yeah, okay. So as you can say, also then the green startups also catch up with very urgent, important problems that the world are facing, right? And so there's also a trend in what they are doing. Amazing. Thank you so very much, Israel. And then in March this year, we kick off the registration process for Climate Launchpad 2024. Did you see or hear stories about participants?
A lot of stories, and I would say that even every participant has their own story, and a story that is worth it to be told. Yeah, but what I could tell you is that we are really proud that a large amount of women has been participating this year compared to other years. For example, in Nigeria, 50% of the founders were women. We think that we still need to push a little bit to have more women and working in entrepreneurship. So we are really proud of that.
Wow, amazing to hear. So a lot more women entrepreneurs are joining us for the Climate Launchpad, which is wonderful. And today it's about spotlighting the 6 finalists of the semifinals. What can the 3 finalists of today look forward to?
So of course, in first place, they can win cash prizes. All of them are going to have a cash prize, but of course, the different amount. Yeah. But that's not even the most important, because it's also the exposure that they can gain today. Yeah. Thanks to participating in this final and winning this final, they will be able to achieve a lot of opportunities, meeting great stakeholders, investors, partners, and of course, you know, the big network that Climate Launchpad already is.
Yeah, exactly. So global exposure is definitely what our green entrepreneurs will receive today. And also, Israel, you were one of the jury in our semifinal with 39 aspiring teams, and then out of which 10 teams from 5 rooms were selected as number 1 and 2. And our juries that day worked really hard in deliberation and chose the 6 teams that are competing today at our event. But however, we also awarded 4 teams who just didn't make it to the final with €600 cash prize, including Pacific Energies, Econi Africa Solutions, AgriView, and IY Design. Congratulations to you all. All right, thank you very much, Israel, for your insights. I will come back to you shortly. Wow, everyone, we have a jam-packed program this afternoon. I really can't wait to learn more about our finalists. And featuring 6 innovative ideas that will be shared with us through a 5-minute video presentation, after which the talented entrepreneurs will have a 3-minute live Q&A with our esteemed juries. So the team has worked really hard to impress and inspire. They have followed the program to sharpen their ideas and come all the way to this event today. And I'm glad I'm not in their shoes, but it's an honor to introduce you to the 4 jury members that we are having. First up, we have Esther Blom, lecturer, TOT trainer, Sustainable Entrepreneurship, Technical University Delft, the Netherlands. Esther, we are very lucky to have you today. With your background as lecturer Sustainable Entrepreneurship at TU Delft, what interests you the most when reviewing these green business ideas?
Thank you. Actually, I'm very much interested into the impact, of course, of the ideas. But moreover, I'm also very much focusing on the feasibility, whether it's going to be possible to make it happen. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Very succinct, but very important answer. Thank you so very much. So feasibility is the keyword that you are looking for. Thank you. So next, we have a former Climate Launchpad champion, Marina Daniel, having won the Climate Launchpad regional competition in 2023. You know what it takes to stand out. What key qualities will you be looking for in today's presentation? And what advice do you have for our participants, Marina?
Thank you for the true honor to be here today, and looking forward to see the presentations today. Probably the key things that's looking forward to see today is the innovation and the measurable impact that these ideas will have, and how they're actually feasible, as Esther said, and how scalable and how they're going to grow from their beachhead markets and on forwards to the global markets, and measuring how their business model actually works in comparison to their financial models that they're going to present today. So good luck to all the teams. My true advice today in the Q&A part of the sessions is to really focus on what's asked, try to be very concise, and try to have a lot of questions answered and not to run out of time. And all the best in today's competition.
Wow, thank you so very much. An answer from a winner. And then she's looking for the impact that the startup may create, but also how they are going to create it or realize it in reality. Thank you so very much, Marina. Now, let's welcome Thea Boho, Entrepreneurship Program Manager at Climate-KIC. Thea, what do you believe is the most pressing challenge that the green business ideas presented today should address?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for that one. So my specialization is diversity, equity, and inclusion in climate change adaptation and resilience. So what I'm trying to look into is not just the feasibility of the business, but also the impact of this disruption in terms of the society and the disruption in terms of the value chain. So probably that's one of the important things that we should also be looking into, not just the impact in the environment or the feasibility of the business, but also in the impact of that proposal in the society as a whole.
Wow, thank you so very much. So another jury are looking forward to the impact that will make the disruptions that you as in your business will make to the society. Thank you so very much, Thea. And last but certainly not least, we have Julia Rouse, First Secretary and Deputy Director, Climate Unit, the Department of Foreign Affairs of Ireland. Juliet, with your expertise within the Department of Foreign Affairs and funding this program, what kind of strategies or considerations might you be looking for in this presentation?
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I think I join my jury colleagues in focusing probably on feasibility and also on impact. But I think what I'm also interested in is real solutions to real problems. So all of our finalists today will have identified challenges in their local contexts And I'm just interested to see how they've gone about addressing those in a considered, sustainable and exciting way.
Oh, thank you very much. As our Climate Launchpad say, we go global, but we act local. Thank you so very much, Juliet, for your wonderful answer. And thank you, all jury members, for spending time with us today. And well, it's time for some pitch action. We divided the team into 2 series of 3 pitches, allowing us to have a little break in between. Each team prepared a 5-minute pitch video for us. And after the pitch, they will have a 3-minute live Q&A with our juries. All right, I'd like to welcome back on stage Israel. Israel, could you please tell us already something about the first 3 teams pitching so that we know a little bit what to expect?
Yes, of course, my pleasure. The 6 teams are amazing. These first 3 are really, well, they really have a strong passion for their solutions. 2 of them use pineapple waste to generate something new. But one comes from Kenya and the other one comes from Vietnam. The first one is Econi, that with this waste produces vegan leather. And the other one, that is Fuwa Biotech, they generate a range of cleaning products. They are amazing. The first one that we're gonna see today is Energetic from Egypt, and they are developing a new wind turbine combined with solar technology, and with that they're going to generate green energy for agricultural businesses and rural communities. That's amazing.
Wow, that's really amazing, judging from what Israel has just explained to us. And so again, we will start with the series of the pitches. The first 3, they will have 5-minute video presentation and then follow up with a live 3-minute Q&A with the jury. All right, there we go. We'll start with the first team, which is, please put your hands together, Energetic.
Good evening, everyone. I am Hassan Wael, founder of Energetic. We are proud to be the team that won first place in the national final competition of ClimateLaunchpad. And now we are aiming to become the team that wins the regional final as well. We are here to share how our solution can address the energy crisis. Here in Egypt, power plants are struggling to meet the high demand for electricity, leading to frequent power cuts. On top of that, these plants produce around 19 tons of carbon dioxide every minute, contributing heavily to environmental damage. The situation is even tougher for remote areas, like farms and construction sites, where extending power lines is extremely expensive. These areas face major challenges when it comes to accessing reliable electricity. At Energetic, our mission is to power your life with reliable and affordable energy solutions. While many people have turned to solar energy, it has its limitation as well. It doesn't always produce enough energy. It's only for 5 or 6 hours per day, and replacing this time with batteries is costly. That's why we came up with a better solution. We developed a vertical axis wind turbine that works even in low wind speeds from A to Z by our team, and combined it with solar panel to create a hybrid system capable of producing 40 kilowatts of energy per day. The system is ideal for areas without access to the grid, such as farms, construction sites, and beaches, and even at homes. It provides clean, reliable energy solution without relying on expensive diesel generator or dealing with frequent power cuts. And now we have a product ready for the market. So let's move forward to the deal. Energetic is offering each hybrid unit for $1,500. This unit is producing 40 kilowatts per day. We stand out with our innovation and our customization. This is not just a solution for one customer. It's designed to serve a broad base of clients. Our beachhead market was selected here in Egypt as a remote agricultural region that uses off-grid system. Our target with them is not just Egypt, it's also Africa and the Middle East. Globally, with the increasing demand for sustainable solutions, our product is well positioned to generate a net profit of $3.3 billion. Our system offers a sustainable energy solutions that reduces the need for diesel generators that has high operational costs. We have a new technology in generator. We manufacture it from A to Z, and special cooling techniques for solar panels. We use it for the first time in the market. The system is customizable and flexible to meet different customer needs, whether it's for homes or farms, commercial setups. Additionally, it features IoT integration for real-time monitoring and the customer support through our mobile application, so you can monitor your energy production through a mobile app. And now with our innovation. Our innovation with hybrid system integrating vertical axis wind turbine solar panel, generating up to 40 kilowatt per day and 4 kilowatt per hour. This is just a prototype, so we don't came here only with boards. So we have the prototype certified and well positioned. And now, from the slides, this is the product. The turbines operate efficiently at low wind speeds, starting from just 0.8 meters per second as you see, and they can function in temperature ranging from negative 20 degrees Celsius to 65 degrees Celsius. The system is designed to be durable and low maintenance. A key innovation is our generator technology, developed by our electrical team and the R&D section, weighing only 250 grams compared to conventional generators that weigh at least 30 kilograms, equivalent to 30 kilograms to produce 1 kilowatt only. This makes our system ideal for off-grid applications, capable of powering devices such as pumps, refrigerators, and fans, and TVs at the same time and at any conditions. And you can add more application. Our system is well positioned too. We talked to 28 customers in residential and commercial sectors. We found two main issues. Many people are suffering from the high operational costs of diesel generator, and the batteries for solar system are also expensive. In our system, the total cost is lower than of diesel generator and also reduced battery cost by 40%. Out of the interviews, 19 customers want to buy our system. And we have discovered the eco-friendly communities are willing to invest in our hybrid system because it's aligned with their sustainability goals and meets their key segment for the market. We aim to capture 20% of the market for off-grid communities in Asia, with 900 units sold annually almost, generating a profit of $580,000 per year. Our system is designed to have almost zero carbon emissions. By 2028, we aim to reduce 18 million tons of CO2 in the beachhead market alone. Additionally, we are committed to planting a tree for every unit we sell. And we fully recycle plastic used in our products to support sustainability. And by 2028, we aim to achieve $4 million and scale up globally with our innovative green solutions. Our team consists of experts in mechanical engineering and wind energy and solar technology and marketing and sales excellence. We are committed to leading the renewable energy revolution. And thank you for your time at Energetic. We believe we can power your life by bringing clean energy to communities that need it.
Wow, congratulations, Energetic, for your spot in the finals. Are you ready for our jury? Jury, are you ready as well?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Then we'll start the time and Energetic will have 3 minutes.
Thank you. So good morning, Energetic. Thank you for coming up with such an innovative idea of combining two technologies into one and solving a very important issue. I'm actually quite puzzled about the price. To me, it seems almost too good to be true to pay just $1,500 for having 40 kilowatt per day. So please, can you elaborate a bit more on the price?
Okay, thank you. It's a good question. Here in Egypt, our competitive is solar energy and the diesel generator. As the solar energy cost to produce 40 kilowatt per day, around $2,500 only for 40 kilowatt per day. And this cost goes to replacement of batteries every 2 years or 3 years. The diesel generator costs for manufacturing and its maintenance like $3,500. So we are very competitive in the price of our product. It's only 1,500 euros only for the one units, and it's competitive here in Egypt. It's a good price too.
Thank you so very much.
I cleared my question. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. May we have another question from Marina, please? Yes. Please, Juliet, if you have a question for the team.
Sure. Thanks so much, and congratulations on a really fantastic product and a great idea. My question was around how many units an average user of this system would require. So an average remote agricultural producer, on average, how many units would they have to buy to service their facility? Thanks.
Okay, thank you for the question. here in Egypt, what power he need to produce, and we were offered as a customized unit to meet his want of energy. So if he wants to produce like 18 kilowatt per day, we will customize the units that this doesn't meet the 3,000 euros. It will produce like 2,500. So we need to power only 2 units or 1 unit customized with larger scale to meet his electricity demands. We sell by now 4 units for a farm here in Egypt, and we get a good feedback for 1 month for now, and we will continue to make sessions with him to know if our product is well or not. So it depends on the consumption of the farmer.
Okay, thank you so very much, energetic, and congratulations on finishing your Q&A sessions. Your ideas really shine through then. Thank you so very much. Now, let's move on to our next exciting pitch. It's time to shine a spotlight on Fuwa Biotech.
Hello, everyone. Hang Hop province in Vietnam is the home to the largest pineapple fields, producing 100,000 tons of pineapple annually. With such a massive production scale comes the challenge of disposing pineapple peels. This raises an important question: where do these pineapple peels go? That's when Fuwa Biotech came in. We are a social impact business in Vietnam, pioneering in producing organic cleaners from pineapple peels based on the circular economy model, and we believe that this is the next chapter for global cleaners. As a B2B2C company, Fuwa is currently offering eco-enzyme cleaners to retail chains and organic stores across Vietnam, the USA, Germany, Singapore, China at the average price of $2.72 per liter. We have recognized the consumer behavior trend now. They are increasingly moving towards the organic cleaning products that prioritize their health and safety. The global market for natural household cleaners is projected to reach a total value of $33.84 billion by 2029, with significant consumption in large markets like North America. And we have identified Vietnam as a strategic beachhead market with a market value of $300 million. About our customer value proposition, at Fuwa, we prioritize the safety and health in our product design. Our eco-enzyme technology formula is completely natural and free from harmful additives, making it ideal for sensitive skins and baby. Plus, our products are 34% cheaper than other imported organic cleaners. Fuwa products also help customers cut water usage in half compared to traditional cleaners. Additionally, our refill stations provide a 25% discount on repurchases, allowing savings while reducing the packaging waste, the key to our sustainability commitment. Our solution follows a circular production process. Fuwa ferments 300 tons of pineapple peels collected from the local farms to create the bromelain enzymes for our cleaners. And our eco-enzyme technology effectively breaks down the pesticides in the peels at present and releases O3, benefiting the environment. At Fuwa, we mix the local essential oils into our formula instead of using chemicals, without making it separated from the enzyme liquid. And the fermentation residue is next repurposed as the natural fertilizer for local farms. With the eco-enzyme as the base of our products, we offer the cleaning solutions to protect our customers in every aspect of our life. Our product lineup includes the home care, baby care, car care, and pet care. We also conducted interviews with over 100 end users. The main questions include: do you know that chemicals cleaners can deteriorate your health and environment? Are you aware that natural products on the market, widely promoted as safe, still contain the harmful chemicals? And what are the expectations on the organic cleaners price? The key takeaways reveal a strong market opportunity among women facing hand-skin issues. And we have unnoticed that many organic products are not only expensive, but can be also very harmful. This insight inspires us to develop innovative, completely natural cleaners that are safe for both customers and the environment. Plus, it allows us to navigate the market effectively and offer a more affordable price point. In 2029, with the market of 25,000 retail chains and organic stores, we target a market share of 28.3%, generating a profit of over $10 million. Our key drivers come from price, retention rate, and market share. Talking about the climate impact, Thanks to our effort in developing eco-enzyme technology, sustainable sourcing, and refill stations, we can collectively save 4,000 tons of CO2 emissions by year 5, and we aim to reduce our CO2 emissions by 95% and cut the water usage by 75%. Our product also help to clean the water waste. Through our refill stations, we aim to eliminate 3 million plastic bottles by year 5, which equates to over 60 million tons of CO2 saved. To drive Fuwa forward, our dreams are to achieve 25 million USD revenue by 2030, process 5,000 tons of pineapple peels, and reduce 3 million plastic bottles annually. And we can also provide 1,500 job opportunities for women and ethnic minorities. So all in all, with local organic cleaners, we want to create a greener lifestyle for the earth. Let's join us and we share the green vision with the world.
Thank you so very much, and congratulations for what they. Now, let's time to let your value proposition speak to you. Are you ready for the jury? And the jury. Also, please, the first question from Marina.
All right, thank you so much for the great presentation. So my question will be related to the line of multiple examples of a certain product or a line of product, and if yes, which one of these had the highest profitability when it comes to lines of cleaners?
I'm sorry that I think that I have an internet connection, but I think that your question is which product lineup generates the highest value, right? So currently 90% of our revenue focuses on home care categories. So it includes the hand cleaners, the dishwashers, and the laundry detergents.
Right, and this is your main focus now, and you plan to scale on different clients later on?
Pardon?
And this is your main focus, the one that's most profitable. You mentioned that you have different examples of how the cleaners can be most useful. So do you have a plan to scale on different kinds of products using your core ingredient?
Yes, with the core ingredient of eco-enzyme, we are planning to launch a new product lineup, which is the body care. And in the next year, we also plan to add more products in the pet care brand.
All right.
All right. Thank you so very much, Marina, for your questions. Can I have a question from Thea, please?
Hi, thank you. Great product. Just a comment, I think you should also be focusing on marketing to families with small kids, like a child-friendly product. My question is this: since you are using pineapple peels, what are your plans to ensure continuous sourcing of these raw materials once production and demand increases?
I would say that if we can get our hands on all the pineapple peels in our community now, our revenue would increase by 100 times. Actually, in our province, we focus on pineapple peels for 2 reasons. The first one is that our community, it is the largest pineapple growing province in Vietnam right now. And currently there are 50,000 tons of pineapple peels which are discharged into the environment. And we are currently only recycling 300 tons. And we collaborate with local factories which produce the canned pineapples to ensure that our material input, it is organic. And in our fermentation stage, we also eliminate all the pesticides and all the bacteria that are bad for the formula. And the second thing is pineapple peel is very widely available, but it has very high nutrients to make the cleaners safe for both families with eczema skin and babies.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. May I have a question from Esther?
Thank you for your nice presentation. I have a question on what if you were to start right away? How are you going to organize the production and the facilities needed for that, including all the logistics of gathering all the peels? Can you do it? Can you convince me that you can do it?
Actually, now we are still doing it. We have a factory in Thanh Hóa province of Vietnam, and we are connecting with 4 local.
Thank you so very much. But so unfortunately, the 3 minutes is up. Now you can see how tight our time is. And Belen, let's put our hands together for Fuwa Biotech and their wonderful presentation. Thank you. Now, next up, Team Econi. Please join our hands together to welcome them on the stage.
Imagine a world where leather heals the planet rather than damaging it. This is the world I want to create. The journey to create this world began 4 years ago when personal tragedy struck. I lost my uncle, who had worked in the leather industry for over 3 decades, to lung cancer as a result of breathing in the toxic chemicals used during the leather tanning process. Imagine how I felt when I found out about this devastating news. According to UNIDO, one cowhide leather uses on average 104,000 liters of water to produce, and the carbon equivalent of charging 80,000 smartphones. I was very worried when I found out about these statistics, and I knew I had to be part of the solution. At Econi, we take pineapple pulp waste and convert it into high-quality, bio-based vegan leather, which we sell to premium fashion brands at a price of €30 per square meter. The market potential is huge. Demand for vegan leather across the fashion, automotive, and household furnishing industries is valued at €360 billion. We narrowed our focus to markets that are currently prioritizing sustainability. Our goal is to service the premium leather handbag segment of the market. With a growing demand for vegan leather, we realistically aim to capture 10% of the market share within 5 years, which translates to a serviceable obtainable market of €8 million. We are starting with Kenya as our beachhead market, but we have a grand vision of expanding to other geographies. Regulations are forcing brands to scramble for vegan leather alternatives. However, the current solutions in the market are not affordable, they are not scalable, and they have a long turnaround time of between 2 to 3 months. This leaves brands very frustrated. Econi leather is the missing link. We provide a reliable, scalable, and affordable material alternative. At a price point of €30 per square meter, brands can save up to €54 by purchasing Econi leather, and we produce in a lead time of 5 days, making us a reliable leather material supplier. Our process uses an innovative scientific approach. Starting with hydrolysis, we extract the cellulose from the pineapple pulp waste, which is our core main raw material. We then combine that cellulose with biostructural fillers and organic binders that together create a material that feels and performs just like animal leather. To better understand the needs of the market we are serving, we engaged over 200 fashion brands, including some notable brands like Hermes, Hugo Boss, Kering, Zara, and Mercedes-Benz, who are already interested in our product. Our assumptions were that vegan materials are capsule collections, and therefore brands are not interested. We also assumed that brands are willing to pay more for sustainable materials, and there is a low demand for vegan leather materials. After these meaningful engagements with these brands, we learned that brands are actively seeking for vegan leather materials that are novel, and they're not willing to pay more than €40. We sell 1 square meter of Econi leather at €30. With a production cost of €10, we generate a profit of €20 per product. This translates to profits of over €2 million, with our key net drivers being the product cost, product price, and scalability of the product. If we manage to capture 10% of our beachhead market, Econi leather will save 95,500 tons of CO2 per year. Our leather has a carbon footprint of 4.8 kilograms, which is a 95% carbon reduction as compared to hide leather and synthetic leather. Building this technology is an army of dreamers with a combined 65 years experience in leather technology, genetic engineering, molecular biology, and material science. Our passion and expertise makes us the right team to execute this solution. The team is led by me, Olivia Awar, the CEO. Our dream is to create 500 new sustainable jobs by 2027 across our value chain, mainly employing women, save 250,000 tons of CO2 by 2027, and generate over 1 million euros in revenues for our investors by 2027. Help us create a world where leather heals the planet rather than damaging it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Econi. You have presented a very compelling case. Are you prepared for the live Q&A with the jury? Yes? The
Yes.
first question will come from Juliet, please.
Hello, congratulations to Econi on your great presentation. Similar to the previous candidate, I was just wondering about your raw material supply chain and if you can source enough pineapple in case your business takes off for it to be sustainable. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. So in terms of supply chain optimization, we have partnered with Del Monte, which is one of the largest pineapple producing companies, not only in Kenya and the world, with presence in over 80 countries. So they produce this raw material in bulk. So the fact that we have a partnership with them means that we can easily scale to other countries and secure the raw material easily. In Kenya alone, Kenya produces about 80 million tons of pineapple pulp waste. Currently, only less than 1% is being utilized, meaning there's enough waste to meet demand 100 times over. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And the second question will come from Thea, please.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. So connected to what Juliet said, in terms of your sources for raw materials, you mentioned Del Monte. Do you have any checks in place to ensure that they have fair labor practices and that the sources of your materials in terms of harvesting these pineapples are doing fair labor practices?
I didn't get the last part of your question. If you could please kindly repeat.
Do you have checks in place to ensure that the sources of your materials have fair labor practices?
Yes, we have conducted our due diligence, and to do this, where Del Monte is located, we actually talked to the county government in charge and the bodies in charge of ensuring fair labor practices in Kenya, just to do our due diligence and find out if Del Monte is truly following fair labor practices, and indeed they are, in terms of paying fair wages to the pineapple workers who work on the farm, and they also provide decent housing structures to the farmers who and the workers who work for them. So yes, we've done our due diligence on that.
Thank you so very much. And the last question will be from Marina, please.
All right, thank you. My question is more about your sales strategy. How do you plan to work on that business model and scale and reach out to your customers beyond your beachhead market? Thank you.
So in terms of scale and sales strategy, using a licensing model, we can easily scale to other countries while protecting our core IP. So we have a novel and proprietary process, and we've already filed for a patent. So once we get the patent, we are going to license our technology to other manufacturers in other countries who already have the technology and infrastructure established. So they manufacture the material
Thank you
on our
so
behalf
very
and
much,
get to
Econi. Your time is up. The 3 minutes live Q&A is up. Congratulations again on your pitch and make the impress on the jury. Okay. Wow. Everyone has finished with their first sets of presentation, and please a round of applause for all their fantastic work. Now, I can't wait to see the next 3 pitches. However, before we do that, let's take a little break so we can sink in with the first 3 presenters. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone. The time is here to start with the last set of pitches for today. May I have Israel to come back on the stage? And can you tell us a little bit about the last 3 pitches, please?
So they are absolutely great as well as the first 3 ones as well. And the first 2 are transforming waste into something beautiful. We have a lot of teams that are using waste to do something cool. Yeah, we love circular economy. Circular economy rocks. The first one is called Aerex Carbon from Vietnam, and they are producing pallets for transport. And with this, they reduce the number of trees that need to be cut down. The second one is Green Movement Energy from South Africa, and they tackle air pollution with their booties. That is an alternative for coal. And the last one, that is Vertex from Egypt. They are developing a system to grow more strawberries without using less pesticides and water. So they are doing magic. With less water and less pesticides, they can generate more strawberries. Green agriculture also rocks. This is amazing. Come on.
Oh, great to hear. Thank you so very much, Israel, for this introduction. Now here we go again. Please give it up for Team Aerex Carbon.
Hi, before joining Net Zero Palette, I, like many of you, have never given much thought to palette. However, they indeed contribute to reducing good damage by 40% and lowering handling cost by 20%, so that your online order can arrive at your home on time and safely. Sadly, 90% of 2 billion pallets used around the world are made from wood, leading to over 250 million trees cut down annually. This is no longer the case. My name is Han, and I'm here to show you how. Our eco-friendly pallets are sold to manufacturing and commercial companies at $7 each to use in their supply chain. The beachhead market consists of FDI company use pallet for export purpose in Vietnam, valued at $0.65 billion. Furthermore, beyond China and Africa, the remaining market is a promising opportunity to us, valued at $75 billion. In total, the worldwide pallet market is estimated to achieve $110 billion. To capture a significant market share, we offer a compelling value proposition. Our pallet have comparable strength to wooden one, but at 20% lower price and even 50% lower price when compared to plastic. We also save customer money by eliminating fumigation requirement for easier, faster custom clearance. We also enhance overall supply chain by saving 70% storage space and increase 300% transportation efficiency. Our business are partnering with farmers to turn agricultural waste like coconut husk, rice husk into eco-friendly pallets that generate income for both parties and can be the future carbon credit. The core of innovation here is biochemical technology used to produce biocomposite material, allowing our pallet to be 100% biodegradable and have exceptional loading capacity up to 8 ton loading per pallet. This is under patent process. Regarding the customer perspective, we have talked to more than 30 customers, and the results show that the price is the key priority. So we actively optimizing and scaling our production process. But beyond that, customers are also seeking for a sustainable packaging solution. Luckily, we can provide them our life cycle assessment report so that they can incorporate net zero pallet into their ESG report. Finally, but not least, to address the customer concern about our pallet performance, we have obtained many relevant certification to demonstrate our pallet quality. And by 2029, we aim to achieve 30% market share of our beachhead market, generate more than $65 million in profit. The average selling price is around $7, while the cost per pallet is $4. The climate impact is huge. Each net zero pallet can capture 34 kg CO2 from the air, while each wooden one emits 5 kg and even 10 times more with plastic one. Therefore, in year 5, we can successfully capture 2.6 million tons of CO2 from the air, and for every 6 wooden pallet we replace, there will be 1 tree saved. At the end of life, our pallet can be transformed into pellet for energy generation or biodegrade into nutrition. Our team is led by Thanh Lê, a seasoned executive with background at many Fortune 500 companies, and Anh Dung, who have strong financial acumen, used to work at KPMG and Google. We also lucky to have Phu Hinh at our advisor board. He is a 30-year renowned material scientist, and David, he used to be the director at one of the world's largest pallet company. Together, we want to become the world eco-friendly pallet producer, provide more than 60 million pallets annually in the next 10 years. Therefore, we can create a massive impact, 10 million trees being saved, 7 billion tons of CO2 being captured, and provide additional income for more than 600,000 farmers. Thank you for your time and patience.
Thank you so very much, and congratulations on for AX Carbon. Now, are you ready to impress the jury? Okay.
Yes.
We know the drill. Let's go. The first question will come from Esther, please.
Yes, thank you for your nice presentation again. I have a question. You compare the price, but also the other specs with the ones made of plastic and wood. Did you also take into account that the plastic ones and the wooden ones are being used and reused again? And then my indirect question is, can we use your pellets also multiple times before we need to turn them into something like wood to burn? All right, thank you.
Thank you for your question. First of all, our we aim to replace wooden pallet with account for 90% of the plastic used over the world. And our pallet can be multiple use as wooden pallet. Our lifespan of pallet can reach 2 to 3 years, complete 20 to 30 trips. Yes, so overall, our pallet can multiple times use as wooden pallet.
Yeah, thank you very much, Esther and the team. The second question will come from Juliet, please.
I was going to ask about the reusability as well, but in this case, I'll ask about, again, your raw materials. If you could tell us how and where you're sourcing those. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Right now, we are sourcing agricultural waste mainly from our customer factory, like LDC, one of our big customer. They have more than 1 million tons of coffee husk every year. And beyond the customer sourcing, we also collect the agricultural waste from cooperative. Yes, further, we want to build a hub in the rural area to buy agricultural waste from low-income farmers. So right now, we mainly sourcing our agri waste from our customer factory. Yes.
Thank you so very much. And the last question will come from Thea, please.
I just want to know, is there some limitation of this pallet? Can it be used in any kind of warehousing, like refrigeration or any wet materials or products?
Thank you for your question. Our pallets are used in many environments by our customers so far, like in the cold container or in the raining condition. We have dipped our pallet into the water for 2 weeks, and the result is showing that it can keep the shape without peeling, and it can also maintain the loading capacity.
So our palette can be used
Thank
in...
you so very much,
Thank you.
Carbon. Yeah, your 3 minutes is up with a live Q&A. But yeah, clearly you have shown that you have a deep understanding of the problems, and your solution is both very innovative and impactful. Thank you. And now it is already time to shine a spotlight on the fifth team of today. Please meet Team Green Movement.
As of 2024, South Africa ranked 12th globally in terms of carbon dioxide emissions. This because South Africa is a significant player in global coal consumption. As of 2024, South Africa ranked 7th globally and 1st in Africa in terms of coal consumption, using approximately 170 million metric tons annually. South Africa's emissions are substantial as they account for 1% of the world's total emissions. Good day all, my name is Zethu Gunene, the CEO of Green Movement and the founder. We work to find innovative solutions to power Africa's industrialization. Our deal involves Green Movement Energy manufacturing a low-carbon biomass known as the woody, which is sold to the South African manufacturing sector at €167.92 per ton. This in turn generates carbon credits, which are then traded on the African Carbon Market Initiative for a value of €6.43 per ton of carbon dioxide equivalent. High Fault Priority Area is a region in South Africa designated by the government in 2007 due to its severe air pollution. The area, which includes parts of Gauteng and Mpumalanga, is the most industrialized region in the country. Ekurhuleni falls within Gauteng and the High Fault Priority Area. With that being said, we have identified the Ekurhuleni as our beachhead market with approximately 2,200 manufacturing entities using approximately 1 million tons of coal per annum, making our beachhead market size approximately €240 million. Our SAM size is approximately €3.4 billion with 55,000 manufacturing entities, and our TAM size is at €2 trillion. Our consumers will realize the financial value of switching to wood in the following ways. 1. The ash content of coal is 15%, whereas in wood is at 0.6%. This results in a significant reduction in ash generated and more than 90% reduction in ash disposal costs annually. 2. With the second phase of the carbon tax bill starting in January 2026, the carbon tax rates will rise significantly, making early transition advantageous. By transitioning from coal to woodies, customers can significantly reduce their carbon tax liability. 3. Since woodies have a higher energy content per kilogram than A-grade of coal, additional savings can be realized in a 12.5% reduction in fuel weight, leading to lower transportation costs. Introducing woodies, a low-carbon lignocellulosic-based biomass made from organic waste materials such as waste timber and alien invasive tree species. Woodies are hot to solid fuel in South Africa with a calorific range of 32 megajoules per kilogram to 34 megajoules per kilogram and are used in industrial boilers as an alternative for A and B grade of coal. Our customer segment is the manufacturing sector in the city of Ekurhuleni. To better understand our customers, we engage with 3 key stakeholders at Springs in Germiston using a 10-question survey with questions that include the cost of coal, the total annual coal consumption, and the methods in which ash is disposed of. Using this, we gain the following key insights: that larger entities do not procure coal with calorific value of less than 26 megajoules per kilogram. Quantities of coal that are required to satisfy the needs of these manufacturing stakeholders, and that local pricing is dependent on global price in USD, which make it difficult for smaller industrial consumers of coal to acquire B-grade of coal, as most of the A-grade of coal is exported. Regarding our financials, we are looking to achieve a profit of $31.5 million in 2025. This will be achieved through acquiring 1% of our beachhead market with 2,200 manufacturing entities. Our key drivers include our production efficiency, costs associated with raw materials and costs and employment costs. Green Movement Energy's climate mitigation strategy is based around the reduction of coal use in the manufacturing sector. The reduction in coal will be offset with our low-carbon woodies. The reduction of 100 tons of coal reduces emissions by 110,000 tons of CO2 equivalent. This impact is further enhanced by that Green Movement Energy recovers waste material which would otherwise be sent to landfill, which accounts for a further reduction in emissions of 131,000 tons of CO2 equivalent. Since the reduction makes the company carbon negative, the percentage reduction is effectively over 100%. Hence, with 1% of our beachhead market, we are able to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 241,000 tons of CO2 equivalent annually. The Green Movement team is led by a youthful group consisting of myself, Zetuganyane, as the CEO. I offer strategic management and project management obtained from the Project Management Institute. Brunola Velane, our Chief Resource Officer, has over 5 years' experience in logistics and procurement and brings his experience in fuel sales as a critical skill needed in the development of green movement. Ato Mutibe is a 2-time graduate from the University of Johannesburg and brings skills in financial management and modeling. Our dream is to become a major driver in the decarbonization of South African manufacturing sector. And in achieving a just energy transition that affects communities positively, we aim to create 150 full-time jobs for local youth within 5 years. Lastly, through our initiatives in coal reduction, we aim to generate carbon credits that may be traded on the African Carbon Market Initiative and unlock climate finance.
Wow, congratulations, Green Movement. Great pitch you have there. Are you ready to impress the jury with the live Q&A session? Okay.
Yes.
Now, yes, the first question will come from Marina, please.
Yes, hi, thank you for the presentation. My question is focused on your team and the diversity of the team. As I can see from the backgrounds that you currently have, who is focused on what, and if you have on board some partnerships or collaborations for people that are actually focused in the manufacturing process. Thank you.
Okay, if I understand your question correctly, to answer it, our team is diverse in terms of their skills and the networks that we each individually have access to. And that in turn has allowed us to, I guess, penetrate the market in terms of talking to the responsible parties or responsible people in the manufacturing sector. We have set up a network with about 5 industry partners already.
Thank you so very much. And the second question will come from Thea, please.
Hi, I'm just curious about your distribution plan. Are you going to have independent sellers, or are you going to distribute those items yourself, the woodies yourselves? You've mentioned about focusing on the manufacturing sectors. Do you have any plans to also reach out to the household sector?
We are dealing directly with the manufacturing sector, but our second option is choosing a indirect option to distribute, and that we do have a coal management third party who distributes to the industrial sector as well. And then, yeah, I think, what was the second part of the question?
Do you have any plans to reach out to the household?
Yes, we do. We partner with manufacturers of clean cook stoves, and through that way, we then will retail our product.
Great, thank you so very much. And the last question will come from Juliet for Green Movement, please.
Great, thanks. I just had a question around the limitations of the product. Is there anything that A and B grade coal can do that woodies cannot? Thanks.
Apart from the volume of supply that is already in the market, no, there's no physical property that's better. Our product is hotter. It's actually the hottest solid fuel in South Africa with a calorific value of 32 megajoules per kilogram, whereas A grade of coal has 27.5 megajoules per kilogram. Secondly, in terms of the ash content, like I had mentioned, the ash content generated by our woodies is 0.6%, whereas in coal it's 15%, which is substantially larger, about a 90% reduction in costs, and waste disposal costs from moving from coal to woodies. And yeah, apart from that, no, but in all physical characteristics, our product is better.
All right, thank you so very much, Green Movement, with your wonderful answers. And we can see how your innovation will make a great impact to the industry. A great shout out to you. All right, without further ado, let's welcome our last contestant, Vertex X.
Hi everyone, my name is Hassan Abdelhadi, Marketing Director of Vertex, and I'm here to present to you Vertex, our vertical farming solution. So what's the deal? It's very simple. You 8x your strawberry production, and in return you make a one-time payment of $15,000 per carat. But why strawberries? Egypt has a sizable strawberry market with over 172 million square meters dedicated to strawberry farming. Of this, 30 million square meters are located in Al-Bahira Governorate, where 95,000 square meters are used for strawberry cultivation in isolated greenhouses, primarily for export. This makes them an ideal target for our solution. But why pick Vertex? Now, in terms of productivity, Vertex is way more productive and water efficient than many of the other farming solutions. Vertex uses only 10% the amount of water conventional farms use, and on the other hand, produces as much as 10 times the production of conventional open-air farms. So that's 10 times less water for 10 times more the production. I would say that's a fair trade. Now let's see the product itself. Vertex is basically a seamless integration between conventional vertical farming, in which we divide the land into vertical layers which are isolated from the surrounding environment, and system control, which makes sure the environment is perfect for the strawberries to grow without the need for pesticides. One of our main competitive advantages is customizability, especially in early stages, where we'll be serving a select few customers. Another advantage is our market access, which is mainly achieved by our business development team, as they already have connections in Al-Bahira, which sets us apart from other businesses in terms of customer trust. After conducting 105 interviews with potential customers who manage over 100 acres of land each, export strawberries internationally, and are well-educated decision makers based in Al-Bahira, here's what we learned. Every single one of them complained about the increasing prices of fertilizers, pesticides, and seedlings. 99 out of the 105 said that their seedlings were often damaged primarily by external factors like wind. 90 of them highlighted major issues with pests like root rot and cutworms. 85 out of the 105 mentioned that they needed more guidance, and that's very surprising. So, in 5 years, how would Vertex's financials look like? We have 3 main revenue drivers. The number of units sold, the cost per unit, and of course, the number of customers we acquire. Each Vertex unit costs us about $10,000 to produce, all expenses included. We plan to sell each unit for $15,000, which gives us a profit of $5,000 per unit. There are about 1,400 potential customers in the market. We aim to capture 40% of this market, which equates to about 571 customers, which will put us at an annual profit of approximately $2.4 million. But it's not just about profit, it's stock impact. At 40% market share, we estimate saving 2.2 million kilograms of CO2, which would have been released had we used conventional farming, which would have used more pesticides. And of course, the more market we capture, the higher this number will grow. Finally, this is our team. Our vision is ambitious but achievable. We have 3 main goals. We aim to quadruple Egypt's strawberry exports by 2040. We want to reduce water consumption in strawberry farming by 30% by 2030. And lastly, we're targeting $1 million in gross sales within the next 5 years. Thank you.
Congratulations, Vertex, for your wonderful pitch. Now, are you ready to blow the jury away one last time? Okay.
Okay.
The first question will come from Esther, please.
Thank you. Thank you for, again, a nice presentation. Vertex, I have a question for you. You're talking about making a one-time payment of $15,000 and then you can start. What is the size of this one unit and how many units would a farmer approximately need to get this system working?
Okay, the size of one carrot is about 180 square meters, which is about a tennis court. A tennis court is about 200 square meters. In terms of cost, our cost is about 15,000 US dollars. And if the landowner want to buy the land that will produce the same productivity, it will cost him about 48,000 US dollars.
Thank you very much for your questions. Yeah, and the second question will come from Marina, please.
Yeah, so my question maybe is regarding costs, but in general, the cost for agricultural farms in Egypt probably can be a bit high, and the actual cost to manufacture is pretty close. In your pitch, which was around $10,000. So did you think of how we can reduce costs and profit and actual payment for the farmers for actual scalability and having a better reach for the market?
Actually, yes, we proposed several revenue streams models, such as giving them another revenue stream by selling the data that will be collected by the sensors. Also, we are proposing a revenue stream called assets sharing, where we provide the technology and the product, and they provide their land. Also, an answer to the previous question that I forgot is a landowner may need at least one Vertex unit. That would be enough for him because it will allow him to produce about 150 tons per carrot, as I previously told you.
Wonderful answer. Thank you. And the last question for you will come from Thea, please.
Oh, you mentioned something about different revenue streams, and I just want to know which one of those brings in the most in terms of selling your technology, offering it as a service, or leasing it to landowners.
Okay, the main revenue stream, if I understand you well, is the direct selling, and one of the most important aspects of it is the customizability. It's not, you should not always pay $15,000 for one carrot. You may buy a simplified model with less sensors and less layers with less cost. For example, our last customer paid us about $8,000 for 4 layers only. The second part I didn't. Can you repeat the second part of the question?
Oh, you also lease it to landowners, right? The technology, do you lease it also?
Do you sell? We give them the technology itself as a way to produce more productivity, but we don't give them the details.
Thank you so very much, Vertex. That
Thank you.
Is your 3 minutes live Q&A, and you have done a great job. Last but certainly not least, thank you so very much. All right, everyone, it's a wrap. Thank you, jury. Thank you for all the teams. Big round of applause for everyone's performance today. We've seen a lot of different ideas and ambitions, and also some great pitch work. Congratulations to you all. Now, these were the pitches of the Africa and Asia Pacific finals. The jury will definitely have a tough time to decide who will be the winner today and figure out which 3 teams will go home with a prize. Now it's time to unwind for the finals, and we will take a short break while our juries work really hard in the deliberation room. Welcome back, everyone. Now, while the jury is still deliberating, we'd like to make the most of this opportunity to tap into the expertise of our partner, Irish Aid. Today with us, Sinead Walsh, Director, Climate Unit, the Department of Foreign Affairs of Ireland. Welcome, Sinead. The floor is yours. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and also your role as the Director of the Climate Unit, the Department of Foreign Affairs?
Going on at the moment. I'm sure you're making life very difficult for the jury with those excellent pitches. So I suppose, yeah, the focus of my role is really the international aspects of what Ireland does on climate change. So we are involved with a lot of climate finance. We give a lot of climate finance, especially to least developed countries, small island developing states, and particularly for adaptation activities. And we also do quite a lot of diplomacy. So I would be very involved, for example, at the moment, with my colleague Juliette, who's with you today, in getting ready for the COP, which is starting, I'm just looking at my calendar here, in about 25 days or so. So we're very involved in those same issues at the COP, adaptation, loss and damage in particular, you know, kind of how are climate impacts affecting, you know, the poorest, the most vulnerable countries. That's really the main focus of my work and Ireland's work on climate.
Yeah, thank you so very much for your stories. Then as a supporting organization for the green entrepreneurships, what do you see as some of the challenges that the green entrepreneurship ecosystem are facing, and how are you helping the ecosystem?
Yeah, so I mean, we are very big fans of the Climate Launchpad competition, and I'm very proud to say this is the sixth year that we're supporting the Climate Launchpad as Irish Aid. And you know, I understand that it's the largest green business ideas competition in the world, and working in 43 countries, which is enormous progress. I suppose our focus is very much on, as I said earlier, those poorest countries, and the countries where we think you know that more support is needed. So we support 12 countries in Africa, 3 in Asia Pacific, as well as Colombia, and you know we're just really thrilled to see the huge number of applications. I think it was over 800 applications this year, and then you know kind of narrowing down to this regional final that you're all in today. And I suppose, you know, I didn't want to neglect to say also to the participants how huge an achievement it is that you've made it to the final 6. You know, we're delighted to be able to support you. I mean, I'm also involved. I don't know if it would be interesting to colleagues. I mean, we're also very involved in the sort of climate finance conversation. I wouldn't say we're very involved in you know the entrepreneurship kind of details. And I think people listening to me today know a lot more about that than I do. But we are quite involved in the sort of, I suppose, the big picture of climate finance. And that's going to be a very big topic for COP this year in Baku. I'm actually just back from Baku. We had the pre-COP meeting last week, which is a sort of a smaller, shorter meeting that tries to move the negotiations forward. But I think the point I wanted to make on climate finance as it relates to the group of people that are with you today is that, you know, the private sector has such a huge role to play. I mean, we are really struggling. I think many of you today are in countries that are really being very badly hit by the climate crisis, and we are really struggling. And it is sometimes hard to be hopeful because there's still so much fossil fuel use and so much fossil fuel production. And I suppose one of the things that gives me hope is the role of the private sector, because we really need, well, we need everybody. We need everybody in society because this is such an enormous challenge, but we really need climate action to be economically viable as much as possible. We need it to be profitable. And of course, that includes not just climate action, but also kind of biodiversity, circular economy. And I think in this year's competition, I had a look at your pitches yesterday, and I think you have a huge focus on the circular economy, which is really welcome. And we really need that, because it's impossible really to see us kind of resolving the climate crisis as governments. You know, we really need the private sector to really drive the change, and I suppose that's one of the reasons why we're so happy to be supporting this kind of competition that you're all doing here today.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Yes, definitely. The private sector in general, and also the green entrepreneurships that you are supporting, play a critical role in fighting climate change. And also, thank you so very much for mentioning the green finance, the climate finance. I think it is also a very important topic that not only from the government side, but also a lot of startups has expressed to us about that, how to access to sustainable and climate finance, how to secure funding and investment, so that they can scale up and thrive in this economy. Thank you so very much, Sinia.
You're welcome. Great
and
to be here.
yeah, yes. And also, if you may, from your point of view, when you are on the other side of the table and giving the funding, from your point of view, what aspects should entrepreneurs focus on when they start their business, so that they could secure the sustainable or the climate finance or funding from organizations or governments like you are working?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't really kind of presume to have the expertise that you have in the room there in terms of kind of the nuts and bolts of seeking funding. I mean, what might be useful is, you know, I can say a few words about the issues that we're working on and kind of getting ready for the COP in terms of climate finance, and some of the other work that we're involved in, which I think touches on issues that'll be relevant for this group. I mean, essentially at COP, there is a big goal this year that we should agree a new collective climate finance target. And you know, the last target was 100 billion a year from dollars from developed to developing countries, and I think this year, you know, there's very much a push, I think, from a lot of countries that we need a much higher target. But I think we also, and it comes back to the point I was making a few minutes ago about the private sector, we also need to be much more open-minded. I mean, only talking about financing going from developed countries to developing countries is really just missing out a lot of what can happen with the private sector. So, for example, I think many of you might be working in countries where interest rates are quite high. So when you're starting a business, like I spent 5 years in Sierra Leone, when I was in Sierra Leone, interest rates were usually about 28, 29%. So, I mean, it's impossible to run a business on that basis. And, you know, I think many of you, you know, will really be familiar with the challenges of high interest rates and the cost of capital. One of the real inequalities is that, you know, if I want to say, you know, build a solar farm, I will have a much easier time doing it in Ireland than I will in Africa or in Colombia and so on, because I'm dealing with much lower interest rates. So I think what many of us are saying is we need the climate finance conversation that's happening at the global level to have multiple layers. We needed to look at things like de-risking. So how can we use public finance from governments like Ireland to work with the private sector to lower the cost of capital, so that entrepreneurs that are here today can have opportunities to take risks and to innovate, because we're never going to solve the climate crisis without innovation. And I know, looking at your pictures, there's huge innovation in what you have come up with for this competition. But innovation also involves risks, and risk tends to increase your interest rates. So how do we kind of square that circle? And I think for many of us, and certainly for us in the European Union, it is about sort of pushing for, I suppose, a conversation on climate finance that is broader and that has a much stronger role for the private sector, and really looks at the issue of interest rates and the issues around debt. So yeah, that's my hope for Baku in 25 days time, that
Yeah.
we can look at that comprehensive picture.
Yes, exactly. I think that all of us are also looking for the results of COP this year as well. And hopefully that there will be more robust pipeline for climate finance for all of our green entrepreneurs. Thank you so very much for joining us today, Snead, and very exciting insights that you provide from the point of view of the department. Thank you so very much, and have a great day.
You're welcome. Thanks,
Yes.
everybody. Great to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we are nearing the conclusion of the show, and in just a few moments, we will unveil our winners. But before we do that, let's take a brief intermission. Stay with us, and we will be back very shortly. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Wow, the jury is working really hard at the deliberation room. And to use the time, I and Israel would like to have a short, what is that? Like conversation? Following what Sinead was just talked with us about the climate finance and how you as a startup, as a green startup, can benefit from those schemes. Israel, are you there with me? Yes, you are here.
Yes, of course, always.
Yeah, let's take the time for us. So you have been in this a green entrepreneurship coach position for I think like more than 10 years now. And it's so interesting to hear about climate finance as a hot topic right now, right? And so from your point of view, as a green startup, what will it take for the teams to win or to secure climate finance fundings successfully?
Oh, yes, that's an excellent question. And of course, by the way, I'm super happy not being in the skin of the jury. They are doing a great job. Well, climate finance, climate finance, of course, it's every funding opportunity addressed for climate change, not only for startups, but of course, this is a good call and an excellent call for startups right now. And the great thing that we can say about this is that there's lots of options for entrepreneurs right now, both public and private. Yeah, public, for example, only talking about the European Union. For example, we could talk about the Green Deal initiative. That is an ambitious plan from Europe to make Europe climate neutral by 2050. But of course, other countries in your region could obtain benefits from this as well, yeah, and could participate in some of the opportunities there. But this is just a big public opportunity that we have at the moment, but there are many other public opportunities in your region because, as you already mentioned, Huyen, this is a really hot topic. But there's also a lot of private opportunities as well. There's a lot of investors that are really focusing on impact. They are impact investors. They invest money in order to generate a bigger impact. And we have seen many partnerships deals signed by entrepreneurs and investors in which the KPIs that they have added, it's about generating in green impact. Most of the times it's reducing carbon emissions, but other times it's also about adaptation. It's also about reducing monetary losses and the effects of climate change. So of course, there's a lot of opportunities right now for entrepreneurs, for green entrepreneurs, both public and private.
Yes. And so what should the green startups pay attention to secure those funding? What do you think?
It's an excellent question too, yeah. And the first thing that I would say is to see if there is any stamp in your region that it could be interesting for them, yeah. Because for example, we have seen in many places that, for example, to become a B Corp, it's a sign to show to the world that you are working with green providers, that you have created or generated a green culture in your organization as well, yeah, and that's super important, yeah. But maybe other stamp could be also important. ISO 14,000, for example, you need to see if this, in addition to help you being greener, it could also attract new investors or public opportunities. It's also important to think about LCA, to do an analysis of life cycle of your product compared to baselines, to make sure that you can justify that you are as green as you think, and that you can achieve this impact, this climate impact that, of course, you have shown in the slide in your competition.
Yes. So proof, as you say, is another proof or evidence is very important as well, right? And the teams joining ClimateLaunchpad, I think that they have a very good mentors and coaches to help them generate those proof and evidence so that when it comes and then when they have exposure as well to the suitable climate finance schemes, then they can apply for it and saying that they have what it takes to get the funding. Thank you so very much. And also like from your point of view, Israel, what aspects should entrepreneurs focus on with their green businesses beyond a competition like ClimateLaunchpad?
Yeah, that's another excellent question. You know, remember what we already saw in the boot camps. Yeah, one of the things that we discovered is that climate impact, carbon footprint, sometimes it's not something easy to. Well, it doesn't look logical or even with your instincts could be right. You know, it's very important that you look for great databases to make sure that the life cycle inventory that you are doing, all the carbon footprints and other impact factors that you are talking for, each one of the items that are important for you makes sense. Yeah, and of course having external fair sources to prove each one of your carbon footprints for all the elements is going to give you a lot of credibility. Yeah, in this case, it's not only about instinct, it's also about having good sources. That's one of the reasons why it is mandatory that you include sources in the climate impact slide. Yeah. So, and also this is really important. But another thing that is really important is the coherence. Yeah. You have defined a business plan. You have defined a market strategy. How you're going to conquer the world, starting small but thinking big. You're going to start in a biscuit market and then you're going to keep scaling all the time. Yeah. So this also needs to be translated into climate impact. Yeah. So you need to relate your climate impact to your business plan, to your market strategy, because it depends a lot of that. And of course, climate impact, if you are agriculture idea, for example, is not only the carbon footprint that you can reduce in an hectare. Yeah, you need to talk about the climate impact that you can achieve if you conquer that market. Yeah? And that's your really climate impact. It needs to be a huge number, but focus and be current with your market strategy.
Yeah, okay. So for what you said, sustainable sourcing is one thing. Focusing on your strategy, have a good strategy, and clearly tell your story about the climate impact that you are having is also very important to the green startups, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also think that first thing that you need to prove is that you have a business, that the business works. Because if the business doesn't work, the climate impact that you're going to have is going to be zero. Yeah, it's so important to prove that beyond everything, the first step is to prove that the business work. Yeah, of course, as a consequence of that business, you need to have a really good impact and a huge impact, climate impact. Yeah, but the way that the jury is proceeding right now, and also the way that investor will proceed, it's also first thinking if you have a business, and then to analyze the impact that you can have thanks to that business. That's the reason why many times value proposition is not so related to climate impact, because value proposition is the reason why a customer is going to acquire your products or services instead of all the other alternatives that you can find in the market. Yeah, and sometimes the reason, the problem that you are solving for that customer is not related to climate. Yeah? It's related because you are cheaper. It's related because you are helping them make more money. I don't know. But as a consequence of that, in many times, green businesses have proved that they can generate a climate impact. So try to think first in the business and in the value proposition, and also without taking care of the climate impact that you can have with that. It's important to analyze both things. Yes, you are mute, Jan, sorry. Yes. Okay. So yeah, so well, what I can tell you is that in 10 years, in these 10 years, I have had a lot of fun, and it has been an honor to see how you entrepreneurs have been delivering a lot of ideas and great impact. This year, I have the opportunity in this region to deliver the bootcamp in Papua New Guinea, and it was amazing. One of the things that I can tell you that I was that I was impressed was, first of all, how friendly are people in this region. Yeah, because you welcome me with a big smile, and another thing that it was really impressive was the number of questions that you were asking all the time. Yeah, you really squeezed me during that bootcamp, and I'm sure that you squeezed the other trainers, my workmates, during all the bootcamps that they have delivered in this region. Yeah, we are there for you. Yeah. Our advice is that even if you win today or not, it's okay, because always remember that the real competition is the market. The real competition is to be able to conquer the market, to have a big market share there, because this is the way that you're going to have a huge impact. Yeah, and we know, because we always ask you this question in the bootcamp. That's the reason that why you are doing this, because you want to do things that you are really passionate about, and your passion is. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Jen, how are you?
Yeah, thank you so very much, Israel. Wonderful pitch that you are having there with conquering the market and being and shining with your business. Thank you so very much. It's so fun having this conversation with you, and we hope that these insights will help our climate startups one way or another in their next steps post-competition. All right. Whew. We have seen great initiatives come by, everyone. And another round of applause for the teams that are competing today. Fantastic ideas and very cool path ahead of them. Now, the jury has selected the 3 teams, but only one can claim the victory. It is incredibly exciting. Let's quickly move on to the jury. Jury, welcome back. Wow, I know that you have been working very hard. And Marina, it's almost time to unveil the top 3 winners of the Africa and Asia Pacific competition this year. How did you experience today from the other side of the table?
It was very different. It's a very unique experience, since I was on the other side of the table last year in the Regional Africa Finals. I know the jitters and how much it was nerve-wracking at this point. And definitely being a panelist now, it was very exciting to see all the innovative ideas and the climate issues that you've been tackling, and the pain that you've been very hardly working on. And it's a very big privilege to be offering such feedback, and it's and giving my inputs on the different teams today.
Yes, thank you so very much. Such a nice speech you have there. Thank you very much, Marina. Now, startups, please prepare your speech, as I will give you the chance to say a few words after the announcement. Okay, it's time for the announcement. Tia Boho, welcome back. How was the atmosphere in the deliberation room?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for being here today. And before we announce the winner, I want to take a moment to acknowledge just how difficult this decision has been for us judges. And it's also wonderful to be in a room with such